Okay, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to this afternoon's game on High Button Sports Live between Pictou County Red Crushers and the Sackville Orange Flyers. Both teams with two representatives here this weekend. So we wait for the opening face-off. Today's starting goalies first for the Flyers, number 35, Colson Gould. And for the Pictou Crushers, number 1, Ethan Marshall. As we're just underway here as the puck enters the Flyers zone now. And that's going to be chipped out down into the Crusher zone. Going to go down the ice for icing here, and that'll be the first icing call here this afternoon. So I will be your host here this afternoon for this game, Matt Dooley with High Button Sports alongside Justin Belanger. We're very happy to be bringing you this action here as we've had an electric tournament here thus far. Minor hockey is in great hands here, and Nova Scotia especially, as that's exactly where this tournament is taking place in beautiful Cox Heath, Nova Scotia. As the face-off just to the right of goal is won by the Crushers now. It's going to be backhanded through the middle. That's going to go over to the far corner now. It's just going to be dumped up the wall. And now it's going to be held in at the line here. As Barkos tries to make a move. Pass out front on the stick. Shot. Saved by Gould. Rebound chance out front and just put wide there by Bond, who had a couple goals there this morning. And a good backhand move off the back of the net there was Murray. And now Sackville retreats, and they're going to get the puck back here, and they're just going to try and fire this one through the middle, and it's going to find the stick of Murray. He's going to fire that, and that goes left of the net as he heads for the bench for a change. He'll be kept in by the Crushers here and rung around the net there. So now that clearing attempt is off the shin pads of McLeod there for the Crushers. Now the Sackville's going to give it another go here, but that's picked off once again, and now we'll exit. That puck's just going to be shot down from the other side of the red line here, and that's going to go down for icing. So good pressure here by the Crushers early. So played a game earlier this morning where they faced the Antigonish Bulldogs, so these two teams a little bit less familiar with each other as they play in different minor hockey associations. Pictou playing in the Scotia Minor Hockey, and Halifax in this Sackville, mixture of Sackville and Halifax there, but they play in the Central Minor League. We got a blown tire right off the face-off here. That puck's going to come back to McNaughton. McNaughton's going to try and fire that one through. That's through the feet of Moses now. Gillen tries to fire that at the net. Does. And that's going to slide under Gould there. Tough bounce for the young netminder as Pictou's going to take a 1-0 lead here on a unconventional goal, but cross the line nonetheless. And that'll give the Crushers a 1-0 lead. Under 2 minutes into the game here. And they're right back on the attack here as that puck is fired back through the legs of Gould there, and it looks like it might be behind the line there as the Sackville defender's in there to make sure it does not cross fully. Another good chance here for the Crushers. 10:19 left to go here in the first. Face off just to the right of Gould. Now that face off's going to be won here. Cameron's going to pick that up. He's going to fire that at the net, and that just missed. Almost made its way all the way through. Back to the point there for McNaughton, but that's just out of his reach. And that's going to be no icing as that was passed by Pictou. McNaughton, now he's just going to fire that up to the wing. Lead better. He's going to pick that up, but it's intercepted. Sackville now fires that towards the net just over the stick of Cameron here on the left side. Cameron's just going to fire that one off the wall, and that's just by number 2, Osmond. We're going to have another icing call, so the faceoff's going to come all the way back down into the Pictou zone just in front of the booth. As Bond was a big fan of this song here, as it gives him a little jam before he takes the face-off. Carson and Bond on the face-off dot now. Wombolt now for Sackville. Passes that through the middle. That's going to come up to the point for Gillen, but she decides to let that go. As Horchuk's hard on it now. Horchuk bumps himself into the boards. And that puck's going to come just inside the Pictou zone. Now shot back out to center. Bond makes a move at the line. He's going to cut back to the middle. Back to the left side now. Bond. Shot. Saved by Gould. Rebound. Bounced out into the corner now. Gillen. Sorry, not Gillen. Carson. Away goes Sackville on a break. Shot. Save there by Marshall. Rebound. Another save by Marshall. It's in his feet. Now it's going to bounce out front. Wallenball, he's going to turn around, and good play by Little there to recognize the open man. And now it's going to come back to the Flyers' point as Bond intercepts that. Bond, one-on-one. Through the middle. Cuts to the left. Got a step now. Bond in all alone. Shot. Scores! Bond, far post, partial break. He's a scoring machine this weekend, as that's going to give the Crushers a 2-0 lead early on here. 3 minutes into the first period. That play all started back in the Crushers' end. Sackville had a good scoring chance. They crowded the net and kept that one out and went down and scored, and that's kind of how hockey goes, folks. As McNaughton picks that up for the Crushers, he's just going to backhand flip that one just inside the Sackville zone. And it's going to be shot out into center, where Sanders goes for it, and he was going a little too quick and blew a tire. A good move there by Sackville, and they're in, but McLeod back on the back pressure. He's going to eliminate that scoring chance. As now Spinagle is going to put himself offside as the Liney was up on the bench to make the call to make sure he was out of the way. Face-off's going to come outside the Pictou zone to our left. McLeod on the draw, and that's pushed forward. Now Sanders is just going to go chip off the wall, looking for Gillen. Gillen not there in time, as that's going to be ripped back down into the zone now for McNaughton. McNaughton's going to go back. He's going to go behind the net for some security. Good outlet pass to Barkos. Barkos through the middle to McLeod. McLeod skate the stick. Gillen's away now. Gillen down the right side, going to fire that at the net, and Gould's just going to pick that up and smother it, and that'll be a face-off just to the left there of the young netminder. So good breakout play there, and you don't draw it up any better than that in practice. Defenseman around the net, hit the winger, winger through the middle to the center, and to the right side. So good fundamentals being shown here this afternoon. You got to give a kudos to the coaches on that one. So now we're going to have a face-off here as Cameron's going to take that draw for the Crushers. He wins that over to Pelly. Pelly's just going to chip that low into the left corner. Sackville's going to pick that up behind the net. They're going to go chip, but that's into the shin pads here. He's going to go back the other way. Breakout pass now in the feet of Spinagle. Spinagle down the right side against Little. Looking for Brewer there, and that's going to be chipped inside the zone. No offside on the play. As Little's going to do a little chip around the right side there where Cameron picks that up, and it gets stuck on the wall. So we have another Cameron join the party here. Lead better. Chip off the wall. Down the right side. He's pinched off on the wall there, and the Flyers go back the other way, but it's turned over. Into the middle. Cameron with a shot. Just wide of the right side post. As that was another good chance here. As Crushers like to fill the middle of the ice there to get their scoring chances. Now it's going to be pushed back into their zone as Cameron's going to go back for it. Busy shift for the young fella. Around to Pelly. Pelly. He's got a Little joining the party here. As now Berkvins is on it. He's got Little and Pelly. And now Deschamps going to join the party as Carson picks it up for the Flyers. Carson goes back through the middle off the skates of Cameron, and if that would have got through, he was gone, but that stays in the Pictou zone. Shot now just out of the reach of Brewer. Leadbetter and Brewer battle away on the wall now as that puck's going to squirt out to the point, and that's going to find the stick of Berkvins. Berkvins had that poked away by Little, and Pelly pokes that through for Cameron. Cameron's got a Leadbeater. Cameron down the wing. Pinched off on the wall there. He's going to keep the puck. He's going to fire that out in the middle, but Brewer's back in time to pick that off. Brewer through the middle. And Sackville on the attack. 1-on-4 here. That puck squirts through for Carson. Now McNaughton's back. He's going to find Bond on the half wall. Bond turns on the Jets. Away he goes down the right side. He's going to cut back to the middle now. Bond. Little toe drag. Shot, and that goes wide. As Wombolt's going to pick it up there for the Flyers, and away he goes. Wombolt. He's going to chip and go past Gillen. Wombolt still with it. And a good back check there by Murray as he took away the speed and time there of Wombolt. And now Blanche is on McNaughton here as that puck's picked off by Wombolt again. That one's off the side of the net as Marshall got a piece of that and it lays on the side. But now it's out front. And a good job by Bond, the centerman, to come back in low support here. McNaughton's going to pick it up behind the net. He's going to try and go the other way, but he's pinched off by Blanche. Bond back on it now. He's going to go backhand up the wall. Horchuk has that one squared away from him. Back down low. Harris going to try and chip that through the middle. Now it exits the zone. 5:30 left to go here in the first period. Osmond's going to go backhand chip. Murray tried to block that one. He got a piece of it, and that squirts out in the middle. And now we're back down into the Sackville zone. As Carson throws a saucer pass up, and that's going to get by the intended target for McLeod all the way down in his end here. McLeod's going to look up ice. He's got a forechecker in Blanche and Moses. So double team there was McLeod, and Blanche is going to come out with the puck. He's going to hit the brakes, go the other way, try to go back up top, but Barkos was there. Moses to the point. That puck was held in, says linesman. Moses now tries to make a move. Tries to find Wall in the middle. Now that's going to get to Marshall there. Back up to the point. Spinagle took a shot. That didn't make it to the net. And now Horchuk's away. Horchuk with McLeod. He fires it up to McLeod, and Horchuk heads for the bench for a change. That puck's taken away now by LaRue there for the Flyers. Now it's going to find McLeod. McLeod's shot, and Gould got enough of it to keep it out of the net here, as that puck's going to find Cameron at the point, in his feet. Now it's there, and away goes Sackville. 2-on-1 with two back checkers hard. So great back pressure here from the Crushers, as they were looking for Wall there, the Sackville captain. Cameron, chip pass through the middle, McLeod. McLeod has a hard time handling that one. That's going to squirt through to the other side, and away goes Gillen. Gillen fires that out front, looking for McLeod, but that didn't make it to him. Away go the Flyers once again here. Little dipsy doodle through the middle. He's going to go right side and hit the brakes now. And that's going to be dump and chase. A good smart play there from Berkvins to get that one deep as Sanders goes back. 3:50 left to go now in the period. Gillen looking for the breakout pass. Fans on it. Cottrell's going to pick it up for the Flyers. Cameron's away. 1-on-2. Cameron down the middle. Goes to the left. Good play there by Anderson to push him to the outside. Now they're going to fire that one. It's going to land on side of the net. Gould wanted a whistle, but the puck comes free as Pelly picks that up. And a shot there from Cameron, and the rebound bumps out, but Gould's going to jump on that one as the Pictou player very politely apologizes for the extra whack. So good to see that. 3:26 left to go with a face-off in the Sackville zone. Pictou holding on to a 2-0 lead. Face-off won by the Crushers, who've been dynamite in the face-off circle here this afternoon. It's going to be held in at the line, pushed through the middle, and that's going to go through a couple sets of skates, and that's going to find lead better. That tries to leave it for Pelly. And away goes Carson for the Flyers. Carson being heavily pressured there as McNaughton's going to pick the puck up for the Crushers now, and he's going to cut in front of his own net. He's going to look to go down the left side. McNaughton with a good burst of speed. Down the left side, he's got Cameron and lead better with them. Staying on side, pass to the middle. Cameron on the backhand, shot. Stopped by Gould. That one's going to land on the side of the net there as they whack away at it. Always a funny sight here, even at the higher ages. So now Harris dumps that one out. Carson, actually. My apologies. Pelly now. He's going to take a stick into the hands there. And now the arm comes up as Sackville's going to go for two. As Marshall was heading to the bench there. So good heads up by the young goaltender. 2:37 left to go here in the first period, and Pictou's going to have their first power play. See if they can cash in here. Face off to the left of Gould now. That's dropped and pushed forward. As now Horchuk's going to pick it up. Goes back to Gillen. Gillen one times that back down low. Murray in there hard on the forecheck as he takes out his man. And a good move there by Blanche. Blanche is away. He's got Bond on him hard, but Blanche battling hard to get through the traffic. A good time to kill some of the clock there for Blanche. As Sanders is away, he's going to go cross ice to Horchuk. Horchuk, good option there. Stick on the ice. That one squirts away from him, but it's going to go down for no icing here, as that one didn't get down in time. Ripped up the wall. Bond has that bounce over his stick. Blanche now. Blanche is with Wall. It's going to be pushed ahead by Gillen, and away goes Bond. 1-on-3. Bond battling through some traffic. Over to the left side. He's going to hit the brakes and go back the other way. Look for some options. Now back to Bond at the top of the circle, back in, hit some shin pads into the corner. Now it's going to be fired at the net. That's going to hit the side there as Osmond's got the puck now for the Flyers. He's going to send that the length of the ice, or at least try, as that hit the feet of Sanders. And the Sackville team is changing, so Sanders has some ice, and he's going to take it in the right side, just inside the blue line. He's going to turn and fire that through the middle to Gillen. Gillen, good chance there, as that scoring chance was taken away there by the Flyers defender. So 35 seconds left here on the power play. As that puck sent down into the Pictou zone, the length of the ice, as Sanders is going to go back. Couple shoulder checks. See how the traffic's moving out there. As now that's in the feet of Gillen. Up to Barkos. Nice move there. As now Gillen's going to come in and steal that one. She's in the corner now. Cuts back. Look out front for the options. A good attempt there to pass. As now Cameron's going to pinch. He gets beat. So Sackville 3-on-2 shorthanded here. They're just going to fire that from the outside the blue lines. That goes by the right of Marshall. Now he's going to grab that, and no, he doesn't. As that's rimmed around to McLeod. So that was Little on the doorstep there to take it from the goaltender and keep a play alive. That does it for the penalty. Last 30 seconds here in the first period as McLeod's away with Gillen. That puck's going to be shot outside the zone now, and Sackville's away. So Berkvins. He's hard on the forecheck. 15 seconds left to go now as that puck comes around to Gillen at the wall. Through the middle, looking for Cameron. That one gets to Brewer, though. Intercepted, tipped. Marshall lost a stick on the side of the net there. He's playing no stick for the last 30 seconds. 4 seconds left now as that puck exits the zone. That's going to go to the length of the ice, and that's going to do it here for period number 1. Pictou holding on to a 2-0 lead here after the first period. We'll be back very shortly, so don't go anywhere. And we're back. Sorry about that, folks. As Sanders is through the middle, and that puck shot through the crease and almost deflected in by their own player. As Brewer's going to chip that out. Carson's going to pick that up, but it squirts away from him. McNaughn's going to pick it up on the backhand here. He's going to turn and go the other way. Through the middle. Cameron makes a move through the middle. Another one. Down the right side. Cameron on the backhand. Good lead move off the side of the post there. As now it's picked up by Brewer, but a good job to pinch the wall there by Sanders. Cameron now down low is going to look for Pelio front. That's through his feet. And good positioning there by Berkvins as he's going to get that, but that's going to be held in. And now it's out. As McNaughton fires that one cross ice. Anderson's going to pick that up, go partner pass. Almost intercepted by Bond. As now Deschamps going to go the other way, but a good forecheck there by Horachuk's going to intercept that. And up to the point. Slap shot. Finds Bond in front. That squirts through his legs, and that's going to find its way to Gould. As Bond and Deschamps exchange words here. Minute 39 here into the second period. Pictou still leads 2-0. And we're going to have a face-off just to the left of Gould here, right in front of the broadcast booth. here at Cape Breton County Recreation Center. So Bond on the draw against Carson. Bond's going to win that back. That's shot through. Gould's going to get a piece of that. The rebound's going to squirt into the corner as Bond's on it. Through the middle, into the feet of Horachuk, and a good chance there. Murray, backhand pass, and blocked by Carson. That's going to come back to the point. Gillen tries to get that through. Horachuk with a stick check. Say that 3 times fast. Bond now is going to pick it up in the slot. Turn, fired just past the stick of Horachuk there as that was deflected on its way to the net. Horachuk, good body position there. As he turns, he's going to cycle that down low, and Murray's going to join the party here. Quick soft chip back up to where Horachuk was, and now Bond and Horachuk run into each other as that puck's going to come out to the point. Shot by Gillen. Through the feet of Carson there as Murray was backdoor. Murray's going to cut back out front. Now he's going to end up on the half wall up to the point. Little squirts outside the zone now. As Harris was away. As that one squirts off his stick and goes all the way around to the right side for Horachuk. Horachuk makes a move. He's going to fire that through the middle now, looking for Murray. Murray wasn't quite there yet, but this puck exits the zone regardless. As Little's going to go back for it now. Little looking for the winger. Instead, he decides to go stretch past looking for McLeod, as that one was intercepted. Moses through the middle. Nice move on the left side. And pushed off there by McLeod. As Horachuk's going to get it fired up the wall. It's going to go on the stick of the Flyers defender, LaRue. He's just going to fire that cross corner and keep that one inside the zone. Bond now. Quick chip. Hits the line. Otherwise, he was gone there. And we're going to have an offside call. As Bond knew he was gone, but sometimes those things do happen. 8:37 left to go here in the second. Face off just outside the Crushers' blue line now. That's going to be pushed forward by Blanche. That's held in there by Moses at the line just narrowly. And now it's going to come out. As McLeod's away. McLeod with Gillen. McLeod tries to slide that through the middle, and a good defensive play there. As now Blanche is back to help out. He has Barkos and Gillen on him. As LaRue takes a whack at it, but he misses that. As Spinagle fights for it now. Out front for Barkos, and a good heads-up play there by Gold. As he realized his defenders were caught up, and the puck was laying there loose. Another defensive zone face-off here for the Flyers. As Anderson gives Gould a tap. So we're going to have some instructions here at the face-off as Gillen cuts through to intercept that puck on the face-off. And now they're going to fire towards an end. That's in the feet there. And right through the crease. Berkman's going to go chip and go, but that's picked off by Cameron there. He's just going to go low off Barkos down into the corner. Gillen. And Deschamps race for it now. And that's going to find its way to Anderson for the Flyers in a partner pass. Brewer against McNaughton. Into the feet of the linesman here as Brewer tries to go through the middle. Now he does. That's going to find Berkvins. Berkvins one-on-one. McNaughton back hard. Intercept that play. Turned and fired wide of the net. McNaughton's going to cut the other way now. Look for his options. Now he cuts the middle. That's poke checked away by Brewer. Now they're going to fire that at the net. It takes a weird deflection and ends up going to the net, but a save by Marshall, who's lost the stick once again. Now it's out in the slot, and oh my, tipped up over the net, and a good chance there for the Flyers as McNaughton's going to pick that up. A little toe drag, and away he goes. McNaughton cuts to the middle through the legs, showing off the hands here. McNaughton down the right side. He's going to keep moving. Down under the goal line here. He's going to try and fire that out front. That's intercepted. McLeod's going to be on, but Berkvins gets there first for the Flyers. McLeod's going to fire that right on the stick of Anderson. Anderson's just going to fire that up. As Brewer's away now. 1-on-4, little spinorama play right on the stick there of the Crushers player. So I do believe his lead better. Now that puck's just frozen along the wall here as we have multiple parties involved. Here come the Crushers. 3-on-2 with a back checker hard. Cameron down the right side through the middle. Backhand pass. Cross ice to McLeod. Just couldn't handle it. So some little extra sauce on that one. As now Cameron tries to decide which way he's going to go. He's going to try and fire that out front. Now he's going to come around the left side. Push that into the feet Cameron still battling hard here for the puck as him and Carson collide as Harris is away. Pelly back checking hard. Harris is just going to dump and go here. Carson on the forecheck. Sanders just going to turn, fire that into the quiet zone, but the Flyers player was there, and they're going to fire that out front, and it's a loose puck, but away goes Pictou. Pelly was away, and now it's Carson as Sanders and him collide. Sanders gets the best of that as he's going to get the puck on his stick and fire that up the wall, and that's going to be dumped back down by the Flyers. So in behind the goal line now of the Pictou net. That's going to be rammed around. That's going to come all the way back to the top for Spinagle. Spinagle's just going to fire that one back down as Bond picks that up. One-handed pass through the middle. Sackville just fires that back. Away goes Little. Little down the left side, just inside the blue line. Top of the circle now. He fires, shoots. That's stopped by Gould, and the rebound comes to the left side. Now Little's still caught down below the goal line. Good job, heads-up play by Bond there to cover for the D. Good hockey IQ on display here. Now Murray, he's just going to hold that at the line. And now Bond's in. Bond tries to cut it through the middle. Murray has it now. Murray tries to dangle through traffic. Murray cuts back to the middle. Murray in all alone. Shot. Big save by Gould. Rebound. Bond is right there on the doorstep with a fist pump. And a good initial save there by Gould. But Bond's right there in good positioning. And he gets rewarded for his good defensive play earlier, and that's going to make things 3-0 here for the Crushers. So commanding 3-0 lead here. As now Blanche is down the right side. He's got some speed here off the draw. He goes through the legs there, and a nice move. As he's looking to get his Flyers back in this. McNaughton now picks it up, backhand through the middle, right on the stick of Blanche. Blanche fires, shot, and a save there by Marshall. As Blanche had a point-blank chance there on the turnover, and a good job by Marshall to pick up McNaughton there, as that could have been a costly turnover. As we get a forward change here for the Crushers. Some Black-Eyed Peas coming over the speakers, always a fan favorite. That shot from the point for the Flyers. That's stopped by Marshall. The rebound ends there, but a good job by the Pictou defense to clear that. As now that's fired out front for Blanche. Oh, and he fanned on it. Otherwise, he had a point-blank chance, and that's going to end up in the left corner. Up to Gillen. Gillen gets that out. Away go the Crushers. McLeod now with a move at the line, and just offside. He and Barkhouse, and now we're going to have a full sail change all around. 4:16 left to go here in the second period, flying right along. And we do have a goalie switch here for the Flyers as McKinnon will take over now. Not sure if that was part of the plan or not. However, now in the net. Here's Pelly. Pelly and Cameron collide. Cameron tries to find Pelly now, and a good job by Osmond to separate that. Berkvins tries to get that out, but a good heads-up play by Little to hold the line. In behind the Sackville net now for Cameron. Cameron swarmed by 3 Flyers. Turns back and goes the other way. Now he turns and goes back the other way. Back up the wall. Berkvins takes that on the backhand. Brewer on the fly. It's in his feet, and he lucked out there as that got into his feet. Brewer with a good chance here. Shot. And a glove save there by Marshall. You got to wonder if it's intimidating going down and looking at Marshall's gear. Customized to a T. And looking mighty fine down there, might I add. So face off just to the left of Marshall. So Guttrell pushes that one forward against Bond there. Now it's fired out front. Away goes Murray. Murray trying to fight off the defense. He does. Good strong strength on the stick there. Brewer's just going to chip that out. Another good job by Liney to get out of the way. Very underappreciated skill as Berkvins is away. He's looking for Guttrell in the middle. Finds him. Guttrell on the backhand as Sanders pokes that away. And Murray with the long stick. Murray over to Bond. Bond had a step, but he took it on the forehand instead of the backhand. That's going to go down into the zone, but he's going to get there first. Bond fires it out front, and that's a good interception there by LaRue. Now he's going to look for Brewer. Brewer looking for the middle for Berkfins. Berkfins with a step. There's Sanders and McNaughton. A great job to collapse defensively there as Sackville's looking for the stretch pass here, and rightfully so. 2:45 left on the clock. Bond down the right side. He gets poke checked there by LaRue, so second good defensive play for LaRue here. As that pass from Berkfins, now he's got a chance. He's going to shoot through traffic, and Marshall got down to cover the bottom half of the net and hits his pad and goes into the corner. So McLeod tried to hit the races there. Another shot for Marshall. He's just going to smother that up. And Sanders is going to protect the house. As the Flyers were looking for the juicy rebound, but it wasn't there. 2:27 left to go here in the second frame. Face off now to the right of Marshall. Push to the right there. And Gillen's going to chip that out, and away goes McLeod. McLeod, one-on-one. He's going to cut to the left side now. McLeod just going to fire that one on net, and a good save there by McKinnon, and good rebound control. He's going to smother that one up. So Cameron McKinnon in nets now. Gets his first shot. .216 left to go here in the second frame as we line up the sticks correctly on the face-off here. That face-off's one. Barco's just going to fire that. Oh, and it hit two sets of legs on the way. McKinnon was in the right spot, but it went off the side of the net, so no harm done there as Anderson's just going to clear that one into the corner with McLeod on them. Little now. Fired it. Shot and a glove save there by McKinnon as Anderson's a big fan of that one. So line changes for both teams here, keeping them short and quick. As Blanche and Bond. And Murray's going to pick that up off the draw off the side of the net here. It's going to go in behind the Flyers' goal. Poked off by Cameron. Murray hard on the forecheck now. He's going to look for his options. He's looking for the option out front. He's going to hit the brakes, go back the other way, and a backdoor pass for Cameron out of his reach. And wow, what a look there! As that was a for sure goal had he corralled that. The puck's back up at the point now as Cameron's going to pick that up, shoot it down low. Bond's on that against Carson. Now Cameron again. As Blanche tries to get it out, stopped again by Murray. He's going to have a shot. Puck goes to Bond. Bond goes out front, cleared by Carson. That's going to go all the way around the other side of the Flyers net as Cameron's there. Cameron looks for Bond out in front, throws a little saucer pass, but that gets by a wall of the Flyers. Now it's going to find the stick of Murray. Murray on the back end. Good deflection and rebound control there by McKinnon to shoot that one off into the end boards. Now it's on the back of the net as they bang away at it. Now it's free as Cameron and Carson collide. Now Osmond collides as well, so we had a few bodies down behind the net as Blanche is away. Blanche, he's got some space. Away he goes. 3-on-1 for the Flyers. Blanche tries to make a move into the feet there as Little stops that. And away goes Murray in transition. Murray up to Bond on his back, and he misses that. Carson. Good stick there by Bond as he continued to forecheck through the middle now. Murray shot. Toe saved by McKinnon, and Cameron's on the rebound, but it's in behind the net. So good active feet there from the goaltender as Little's going to fire that one as that hits a few bodies in front. It's going to be picked up by Bond. Bond goes backhand, blocked by Carson. Carson's going to clear that out now, up to the point. Cameron, back down low. Murray now in the left corner. Murray goes out front to Bond, missed his stick. Cameron, he's going to fire that at the net. That's blocked there by the captain Wall. Cameron now on the backhand. He's going to dump that low. 13 seconds left to go here in the period as the Crushers continue to press. Murray, he fights Blanche for that, and that one's going to end up in the creases. Blanche takes a risk there and ends up clearing it with 3 seconds left to go. Cameron on the other point now. That's going to do it here for the second period as the Crushers still lead by a score of 3-0. We're going to take a quick 30-second break, and we'll be back, so stay right there. right, as we wait for puck drop here and we wait for everyone to get their assignments on the face-off, we're back with the third period. That chance now for Sackville, and their first good look here this period, is that's going to be cleared by Cameron. It goes right by the stick of Spinagle, and that's going to be waved off. And now it's down in the far corner. Sackville zone. That's going to be rimmed around. It's going to find Sanders at the point. He's going to wind up and let that one go, and that's going to hit the feet of McKinnon. Another good save there. Chipped away as Cameron battles with Guttrell, and now Guttrell and Brewer collide here as the puck squirts out to Brewer. Now he's going to go back past to Guttrell. It wasn't there, but now they're going to fire it in front of the net. As Gillen's there for the Crushers. On the wall, Berkfins meets her there. Now they battle for it. And a good play there by Spinagle in desperation as McLeod's away. McLeod has a step, and a great play there by LaRue as the Crushers get back on side in time. And a nice move there by Sanders. Sanders in all alone, and a pad save there, McKinnon. And now that puck's going to jump out here. Backhand play, back door, looking for McLeod, but McKinnon got another leg on that. So McKinnon comes in and is tested right away and doing a great job to keep that lead at 3 here for the Crushers. That puck's going to pounce past Sanders. As Leadbetter's going to jump on Brewer. Brewer in all alone. Brewer shot. Blocker saved by Marshall, and the rebound lands there in the crease, and that's going to be smothered up there as Berkfins was on the doorstep. And Sanders wasn't happy with himself there, but it was an unlucky bounce, and his goalie bailed him out, and that's all you can ask out of your teammate. Face-off now won by the Crushers. Little's going to pick that up and loop behind his net. Looking for his option. He's going to go high chip off the wall to Leadbetter. It's going to go back to the Flyers now as Harris is going to go back for it. And so is Anderson. Anderson through the middle, off the wall. Picked up there now by Cameron for the Crushers in his feet. He's looking for it as there's a crowd of players there. That's going to squirt just outside the line. They're going to have to regroup here as Little goes partner pass to McNaughton. McNaughton's going to look up ice. He stops. He's going to go cross ice to Little. Little's going to gain the red line now. He's just going to fire that down low. So good heads-up play there by the two defenders to open things up here and just get that puck deep with a 3-goal lead. As Harris now is looking for that break pass, but that one doesn't get through, and Anderson takes a spill into the wall. Now Sackville's going to set up behind the net. Anderson, left corner. Pelly, intercepted. He's going to be taken down. No call. Pelly now. He's working the corners. Pelly. Little move on the wall. He's going to cut back to the middle. Shot. Oh, and a good save there, but the rebound stuck in McKinnon. Oh, and another big save there by McKinnon as he takes that one square. As the good chance from Pelly out of the corner. Toe save by McKinnon. Rebound squirts out into the crease. And he gives a right foot push to get back in position and make a big stop there to keep this lead at 3. Face off to the right of McKinnon. Linesman wants to make sure we have the correct setup here on the face-off, so always a teaching moment. Osmond now, he's going to pick it out for the Flyers. Left corner, he's going to loop behind the net as Bond pressures him fast. Horchuk tries to center that. And away go the Flyers. That's Blanche. Blanche in all alone. Blanche, Marshall, one-on-one. Blanche shot. Oh, baby, and what a save by the youngster Ethan Marshall. A one-on-one battle, and Marshall comes out on top as he gives us a late flash of the leather there. And he's going to keep this lead intact here. A great save there by Marshall, and a real good job by Blanche to break free there from the crowd. Bond now, he's going to lose that draw to Blanche. Back to Osmond. Shot. That's going to get through now on the stick of Wall. Wall's going to try and bang it through, but Gillen's blocked that now. Murray. Away with Bond, 2-on-2. Blanche back checking hard. Murray down the right side, goes through the feet. Finds Bond. Bond now. He tries to battle through a crowd, but that's going to be picked off as Moses is just going to chip that, but Sanders keeps that in at the line. Murray now. A little dipsy doodle. He makes 2 moves. Now he's going to look for his options. Cross crease pass, tipped in front for Bond, and a great job there by Osmond to get the stick on that as Bond was wide open there with a great chance, as now Murray's going to pinch him off, and him and Bond are working hard in behind the goal lines there as Horchuk joins the party now. Wall's going to chip that out as Bond was on him hard, and Blanche is going to have himself another chance, but that's going to be ripped down into the zone. It's going to be no icing here on the play as Sackville heads for a change. Sanders is going to head up ice. Pass up to McLeod. Horchuk heads for a change. A good smart play there to realize they were going up ice as Gillen's back now. Gillen makes a move. Berkfin's there to separate. Brewer and Sanders collide here in the corner, and that's going to come up to the point for Spinagle. Spinagle's going to fire that, and that's down into the corner. Doesn't make its way to the net. Brewer coming over to the left side. He's pushed off by Sanders. Gillen is away. She has McLeod and Barkos. And now Berkfin's going to steal that. He's going to loop back and go the other way. So good transition there from Berkfin's as Cameron comes off the bench and pokes that one away. And Guttrell tried to go as Brewer didn't even know the puck was behind him. And now McLeod's away for the Crushers. McLeod across the middle, down the left side. McLeod over the line now. Top of the circle. Pass through the middle into the feet of Gillen, just out of her reach. Guttrell now is going to find Brewer. Brewer just chips that out. McNaughton's waiting right there, and he just wants to send it back in the zone. Puck in center ice. 7 minutes left to go here in the third frame. Berkfin's now down the right side. He's got back checkers hard. He looks for his options. Now he's going to hit the brakes. Delay, go back up top to Brewer. Brewer's just going to turn, try to go back door to Guttrell. And that was a good look there, but intercepted by McLeod. As now Sackville's just going to dump it in on the stick of Cameron here for the Crushers. Cameron's going to go up the wall. Almost intercepted there. As now Gillen's there. Poke that free. McLeod's away with Barkos. As that puck's just going to end up in deep, and McLeod's going to head for a change here. As Leadbetter comes back on. Now the Crushers have a turnover, and they try to slide that out front, and they do. And another good chance there as that puck was deflected into the corner. Sackville trying to clear the zone now as Cameron's just going to turn and fire that one at the net, and it's tipped away by Anderson. As now Pictou's going to pick it up. Cameron tries to go back to the point, but Brewer's there. Pelly hard on the back check. You're going to meet Brewer there. And now puck's going to squirt out into center ice here. As Berkfin's going to get it. Berkfin's just going to turn and fire that one into the zone, but that's off the feet of Cameron, and he realized that they were changing, so he's trying to fire that one up ice quick. And a good heads-up play there by Osmond, who realized they had a couple too many players on the ice, and he elects to let that one go. And great IQ there as now he turns it over in front, and a great bounce-back play there to get the stick on it. As now Leadbetter's going to have a chance, but that's deflected. So Sackville doing a great job getting in the lanes here, as a lot of these shots aren't even making it to the net. Intentional or not, can't ask for much more. As Carson's going to pick that up for the Flyers. Going to fire that through the middle of the ice. Cameron's going to get there as he loses the handle. As Wombolt, him and Cameron collide, and they both go tumbling into the boards, and that puck's stuck at the blue line, but now it's inside. As Cameron just gets that one out past Harris. Osmond, partner pass to Carson, up the ice. McNaughton picks that off, and in goes Blanche. Blanche, one-on-one, backhand, saved by Marshall, off the side of the net. Blanche had Harris with him. Blanche now spin move, back the other way. He's going to cut out front, looking for Harris, but that's intercepted there by Little. Now the puck squirts out free as that Cameron tried to give it to Marshall. Anyway, the puck goes back up the wall here as Wombolt's going to try and fire that one out front to Harris. Harris has Blanche out front. Harris looks for the pass. Harris still with it. Puck on a string on the backhand. Now he's looking again, back door, but McNaughton was in great defensive positioning there between him and the opposing player. And that's what they call the defensive side, folks, in the biz. And that's going to go down for icing with 4:25 left to go here in the third period. Face off to the left of Marshall here. As now Murray's away off the draw. He tries to make a move at the blue line, and that's pushed off by the Sackville defender as Moses goes in and tripped up. Murray, backhand pass. Bond now shoots it out into center, looking for Horchuk. Horchuk on the forecheck. Bond looking for that loose puck here as it comes back to Murray. And now he's through the middle looking for Horchuk. Horchuk now let that one go by, and he's going to give chase. LaRue back for the Flyers. Down the right corner. Under 4 minutes to play now. That puck shot down the ice. Moses in a foot race here with Little. Moses, good try there as Little got back in the back check. Now they're looking for Bond in his feet. As Sanders pokes that away. Sanders going to get that deep, but not quite far enough, as Sackville's just going to shoot that back out and back onto the stick of Sanders, who's going to fire it right back, but it goes off the Sackville player now. As Sanders and Guttrell got tied up. Wall, down the left side, Wall, shot. Picked up there by Marshall in the glove, and another save there for Marshall. 3:17 left to go here in the third period. So McLeod in on the draw here with Guttrell. That's going to be pushed forward there, and Gillen's just going to fire that one back up to the wall. Anderson looks for it. Now Gillen's going to pick it up. Gillen has McLeod and Barkos. Gillen, 3-on-1. Down the right side. Gillen shot. Pad save by McKinnon. As now the puck's going to go around the other side, but it's met by McLeod. McLeod's going to come around the left side. He tries the wrap around. That ends up in the feet of McKinnon. He realizes, and he covers that up. So just under 3 minutes left to go here. Pictou still leading by a score of 3-0. Sackville's going to win that draw. Was Guttrell. Now it's going to squirt out front. Away goes Berkfins. Berkfins going to go back to the point. Up to Anderson. Anderson down the left side. Fires that through the middle, looking for Brewer. In Brewer's feet. McLeod intercepts that. McLeod through the middle. Barkos has Gillen. Barkos down the middle. Cuts to the left. Gets pushed to the corner now. Tries to fire it out front into the feet there at Guttrell. And good defensive positioning there. Puck goes back to the point for Gillen. Brewer's on that. They're going to have a 2-on-1 here. Brewer. That's going to be offside there as he got twisted up at the line. So 2:22 left to go now. Face-off pushed ahead by Cameron. Cameron continues on. Now that puck is shot into center ice as Carson's away. And that's going to be picked up on the back check by Leadbitter. Off the wall, out into center ice. Osmond's just going to fire that thing. That hits the linesman up on top of the boards, but that stays in play. So Osmond goes back for it. He's got 3 crushers pouncing on him as McNaughton is going to pick that up. He's going to go saucer pass, but Harris got a little piece of that. As now it's going to squirt out to Harris. He moves in. Poke check by McNaughton in the high slot here. Cameron's away. He's got Leadbetter with him. Cameron, 2-on-3. Down the right side. He goes wide. Cuts back to the middle. Cameron shot just wide of the net there. Leadbetter is going to meet that there, as well as Carson, and they're just going to keep that low as Cameron Mohawk turns out front, and a good pass there for Pelly, and that was just out of his reach as he was tied up in front. Gillen pinches down now. Harris is away. Carson cuts to the middle. Carson's got to step on McNaughton. Carson shot. Saved there by Marshall. So he smothers that one with the right pad. And we have some words exchange in front of the net here. Good to see the intensity out of the young kids. Another good stop for Marshall. Minute 21 left to go here in the final frame. As Bond, Murray, Horachuk, Cameron, and Little out for the Crushers. Moses, Blanche, Wall, LaRue, and Spinaglo for the Flyers here for the last minute 20. Horachuk's just going to hold that. He didn't like what he saw, so he's just going to kill the clock. Good smart play there as they have that pinned up against the wall as Little and Moses battle for space in front. So 3 Crushers players now, and that's just going to be held there, and we're going to blow the whistle. We're going to go right back to the face-off dot. Same lines. A little over a minute here. As Bond wins that one cleanly back to Cameron. Cameron's just going to fire that at the net, and LaRue's going to get that, and that's tipped through. Blanche in all alone. Blanche with a pass to Moses, and Moses just misses that. I'm not sure if it was meant to be a pass. Either way, puck ends up in the corner. Last minute to play here in the third period. Passed out front to Wall. Wall has a hard time with that. Horachuk now. Murray's away. Murray with Bond. Blanche back checking hard. Murray down the left side. Winds up, shoots. Blocker save there by McKinnon. Boots that into the corner. Spinagle's on a race with it now. He gets it through, and now it's turned over. Centering pass through the crease there in the air. 30 seconds left to go. Good stick check there by Bond. As he gets the puck back, and away goes Blanche. Blanche now through the middle. Blanche on Cameron. Blanche in alone again. Blanche shooting just wide. Glove there. His third or fourth real good chance of the period as Moses comes in late to join the party and steals the puck. And now it's in behind the Crushers' net. 12 seconds left to go. Bond on it. Race with Moses. Bond up the wall to Murray. Murray's just going to chip that and go. 5 seconds left to go here. As he's just going to chip it down inside the zone as Bond looks for another opportunity. He's going to fire that towards the net, and that's going to do it here, folks, as the Pictou County Crushers Red were red hot in this one. And they take a 3-0 victory here over the Sackville Flyers. And the youngster Ethan Marshall with a shutout here. Congratulations to both teams. Thank you so much for tuning in to High Button Sports Live here at the Allan Sullivan Memorial Hockey Tournament. For High Button Sports, I am Matt Dudelet signing off.